guys, Mr. Fluffy Vance here. Today, guys, another review. And today, guys, we're reviewing Rocky 2, which was released in 1979, 3 years after the release of the first one. And I did review the first Rocky back last year around Thanksgiving because, these movies are Thanksgiving movies, but I'll put a little icon link in the description for that. And, the first Rocky is easily one of my favorite movies of all time, definitely top 10. And Rocky 2 is definitely a strong follow-up. This is actually directed by Sylvester Stallone, which is, pretty interesting. But, and it seems like the, common kind of collective consensus of this movie is it's pretty good, just not as good as the original one. And I'd definitely say I fall into that camp with this movie. Like, this movie is really, really, really enjoyable, especially the actual fight at the end of the movie. But I don't know, something about that first one, I just feel like does it a little bit better. But don't get me wrong, this one is still great. It definitely has some themes that I feel like if a movie, if the sequel was made any other time, like, it wouldn't really follow through on those themes. Like, the whole thing that, Rocky, went his way, or went the way, to the fight or whatnot, all the way, and now he's kind of content with, he's not gonna fight anymore. Adrian doesn't want him to fight anymore, which, they did newly get married, and so she don't really want him to fight anymore or get hurt. His one, he's got like a bad eye now. He can't really see things straight or, whatnot. And it kind of follows up with, the, I guess, kind of long-lasting repercussions of, being a big-time fighter like that. Like, he tries to go in the commercial business. That doesn't really work out for him, which is kind of interesting. And you see he's just, he's buying all this stuff because, he's got a lot of money now, but he can't really keep a job. He gets fired from the meat industry or whatnot. He's really they just really fall on hard times, and Adrian's pregnant now or whatnot. So, he's got a son on the way. So, and, she's like, I don't want you to fight. I don't want you to get hurt. And also, I love Polly again. Like I said in the first movie, Polly's just such a dick. But you gotta kind of love him, especially in this movie. Like, he's not really as big of a dick, but he does kind of talk some sense in Adrian when he's like, well, you doing what you're doing right now is literally killing him. Telling him he can't fight or whatnot. So, and then she kind of goes in that coma, has the premature childbirth or whatever, and while Rocky's kind of stewing there and whatnot, whenever she wakes up, she's like, I need you to do one thing for me. I want you to win. And he's like, hell yeah. So, the rematch with Apollo Creed's back on, and also Mickey's back, which I love his character even more in this movie, honestly, because, he's just, even like, just kind of the more somber moments, like, when Rocky's just kind of stewing around the hospital, like in the chapel and all that. Mickey's like, well, since you're going to stay here, I guess I'm going to stay here, and since you're not going to fight, and I don't know, that just kind of, I feel like that's a really big character moment. I don't know, I just really like that, but, and, the training montage, I would say, is even better than the first one, but, I mean, you still can't beat that classic moment of him running up the stairs in the first one, but this one, for some reason, kids are just following him for, like, miles and miles, and they probably don't know how to get back home. Like, there's, like, 100, 200 kids just following up the stairs or whatnot, but it's, like I said, really enjoyable there. And I don't know if I really mentioned in the first one, but the soundtrack, the Rocky soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I love it so much. Top 10 scores of all time for movies, but especially whenever it hits you right in the emotional moments and kind of more somber moments when, it kind of plays the soft tune or whatnot. It just hits you right, And also Clubber Lang's character, he's kind of in a, I guess, kind of a bitter state because, technically he did win the fight last movie, but, he did win, but he just didn't, win the fight, I guess you could say, because a lot of people, like, calling him a cop-out or whatnot, but, and then, like I said, the actual fight itself is very enjoyable, and, at the end, Rocky gets up while Apollo can't, and apparently it was the first time, Apollo ever hit the canvas or whatnot, but, Rocky gets up and wins the, the world championship, which, is great, because even the first one, though, but I mean, the first one wasn't really about winning. It was about going the distance, I guess, for saying. After he went the distance, all he cared about was seeing Adrian, which still say that's one of the best movies ever made. But this one, like I said, is a worthy follow-up, and it definitely starts the franchise on a path to, where it gets into, like, 3 and 4, which are definitely probably my favorite entries in the franchise. But I'll definitely probably review those someday. If not, I might review 3, like, really soon, so keep an eye out for that. But Rocky 2, honestly, I don't remember what I gave the first one, but just thinking about it right now, I'll probably give the first Rocky like a 9.7 out of 10, because, like I said, easily one of the best movies ever made. And I'll probably give Rocky 2, I'll give it like a 9.2 out of 10, like, really enjoyable, definitely a great follow-up, and I definitely say you gotta watch the first two back-to-back, honestly, but my only really problem with it is that during some points in the movie, it kind of does drag a little bit, like whenever, Rocky's, like, shopping for the new house and his new car and whatnot, but, I mean, that just kind of goes to build later in the movie, where he's kind of falling on hard times, he's kind of really depressed or whatnot, but like I said, really enjoyable movie, and if you enjoy the first one, you'll definitely enjoy the second one. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about Rocky 2 down below. Like, this is, I remember, I don't know, I kind of remember it used to be kind of divisive, but then kind of people came back around to it or whatnot. But, I mean, I do know the most divisive one is definitely Rocky 5, which we'll kind of get to that, because I kind of have an unpopular opinion about that. But, like I said, let me know what you guys think down below. But check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. Like, subscribe for more. Check out some of their videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.